Welcome to the Summer of Independence series. Those of you who do not know me, my name is Sandra Bond. I'm a physical therapist. I own Bailey Health and Rehab here on the property of Great Brittany. I've been here going on my 8th year now, actually, technically 9, 10, but my own clinic for 8 years. And over the years, I've decided that in the summer we kind of get a big lull. And we just don't have too much interaction going on as far as people knowing what's going on. But the people that are here are the ones that live here year-round. And I thought that since most of you are here year-round, that we could do some type of a lecture series to keep you remaining lifelong in your home, healthy, happy, financially pockets full of money, all the different things that we can do to live a nice, long, healthy, and happy life. Many of you come in to see me with all your aches and pains, and that's fine and dandy, and I'm glad that none of you are current patients. Please, I love you, but don't come back. But there are other things that keep us living healthy, as well as making sure we have sound mind and making sure that everything is in place. Part of this summer series was to develop a holistic approach to keeping you living independent in the home, looking at your physical being, your financial well-being, legally, what documents you have in place or what you need to take care of, and what services are available to you to remain independent in the home as you age. Now you may say, I'm young, I'm healthy, I don't need any of this stuff. Well, if you don't need anything, why y'all here? Right? So this is something maybe that you might need to know, or you may know somebody that needs this. And with our series, we're doing the physical component, which is the physical therapy portion of it, what you can do to stay independent. There are a lot of little things that you don't know, and as far as medications and how they interact and what can make you have different symptoms that can change you. Then you have the assistance that you can have in the home. You also have all the bone aches and pains that you have. That there are different options out there, new surgical techniques that are going to be presented, and that's going to be Dr. Smith, and he's going to be next month, I think. He's next month. Yeah. And then, but today, what we're doing is looking at what you need to have in place for documents. And we want to put Kathy Blackburn, she's an attorney, we wanted to put her and her business first because you need to make sure your documents are in place ASAP. If they're not, they need to be updated. You may have old information. She's going to go over a lot of this stuff. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Kathy so that she can go ahead and explain what Life Plan Law is about and the services that she provides and information that she's going to get to you. So, welcome, Kathy.
Thank you, Sandra. Good morning. As Sandra said, I am Kathy Blackburn, and I am a lawyer. What do you think of the new brand here? I just did this. If you were here for the introduction, I had a little bit different logo, but I actually hired a creative genius to come up with this. and that's what they did. So I did give you, whoops, somewhere a little packet. Let me get one here. At your table, I have a little folder here, and because I know we're all interested in stuff, I want to let you know what's in here and what we're going to cover here. What I have provided for you this morning is a little senior planning guide, which is something that I wrote, which goes through the types of life planning documents that are available and explains a little bit about what they do and what their purpose is. And then the papers here is going to follow along with the slides. So as we go along here, you will notice that the papers pick up exactly with the same text as the slides so that you could follow along or check some things off or make a few notes if you like. And I even put a pen in there so that you would be able to do that. Okay? Now, probably none of you in the recent past sat down one morning and said, what I would really like to do today is think about a big stack of legal documents that take an hour and a half to sign and go through everything about my life. Right? Anybody do that?
Every morning.
It's perhaps an occupational hazard for me that I find that people don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. But I call my business life plan law because my focus in legal documents is to provide for you what you need to have your life go the way you say and be smooth and as stress-free as possible. Because, you know, the likelihood is in life things happen, right? And with the proper legal planning, when those things happen, you have everything in place to take care of it without a lot of stress, without a tragedy, without a crisis, smoothly. So that's why I call it life plan law. It's nice to talk about wills and estates, but frankly, we're all here. So it's more important to talk about us. And I love the Summer of Independence series because I love to talk about making it easy to remain independent. Question?
Catherine, could you step just a little bit? You've got pink right across your face.
I do? Okay, thank you. I will. Thanks for pointing that out.
Blush. Blush.
Blush, okay. Well, you know, there's other things for that too, but it works nicely. So I'm going to talk about legal planning to stay independent as we age. And I want to begin with the facts of life and things we don't want to think about. So truly, the chances of doing everything yourself for your entire life without any help are not good. According to insurance statistics, the chance that a senior citizen will become physically or cognitively impaired in their lifetime is 2 out of 3. The chance that a senior citizen will enter a nursing home is 1 in 3. The chance that a patient in a United States nursing home is sedated or physically restrained is 1 in 2. And the really bad news is that the average cost to stay in a United States nursing home for 1 year is $76,680. There was a new study out in March of this year from Rush University in Chicago that was published in the journal Neurology. And what they found, they tracked people in the Chicago area, a very large number of people. It's a well-designed study. And they tested people, excuse me, using neuropsychological testing. And what they found is that the rate of cognitive decline for people over 65 doubled after hospitalization. Essentially, it's as if people became 10 years older, according to the author of the study, which is one of the good reasons to pay attention to the rest of the Summer of Independence series about physical and, you know, overall well-being to stay out of a hospital. And if anybody, you folks are here about independence, so you're probably not eager to spend a lot of time in a hospital. But the chances are that most of us will find some time in a hospital. So when you are, don't be upset if they discharge you before you think you're completely ready to go home. You're better off at home. If you're at all able to take care of yourself at home or have help in your home, you're better off at home than you are in a hospital. And this study actually found that cognitive abilities decline after hospitalization when we're older. Now that study considered only cognitive decline. It didn't include declines in physical functioning, which this is just a list that I came up with when I wrote this PowerPoint, but it includes exercising, walking, transferring, dressing, bathing, driving, shopping, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, going out to eat, going to movies, dancing, etc. we have all these physical things that we do every day, and that study didn't have anything to do with potential physical decline. It dealt with cognitive function, which deals with memory and our ability to think. I don't know about you. I'm 58 years old, and I find that I can't do as many things mentally as I used to be able to do. I mean, I'll just give you an example. When I was writing this PowerPoint and I was doing this work, I realized that 10 years ago, I used to take depositions. And I brought my own camera. I filmed the depositions myself. I changed all the tapes. I managed the camera. I took the deposition. I got the text of the deposition scrolling in front of me on a computer screen, and I made notes about it all at the same time. You know, I had to lock the cats out of the room to do this PowerPoint. I just couldn't focus on more than one thing at a time. So, you know, as time goes on, our brain isn't quite as flexible, and I think if you pay attention to it, you recognize that we have information overload right now. I mean, something happens clear across the world, and it's flashed across the television screen in 5 minutes. You know, if you sit on a computer like I do, emails pop in every 3 seconds. You know, we really are bombarded with information now, and it becomes difficult to handle all of that. And then as we age, all of that becomes more and more of a chore. And I just made a list of some of the things that, you know, we all do every single day. And it's not everything, but if we have a decline in our cognitive abilities, our memory and our thinking, then that's going to affect what we do about planning meals, making doctor appointments, talking with a doctor, understanding and taking medication, going to the pharmacy, choosing insurance, understanding insurance bills, good luck. Understanding doctor and hospital bills, even worse. Paying co-pays and deductibles, paying our monthly bills, paying our taxes, keeping up with our Social Security, our pensions, managing bank accounts, managing investments. The list goes on and on and on. So, as we see, the chances of doing everything yourself for your entire life are not good. So, what can you do about this? Well, we really do have choices, right? You could do nothing. You could pretend that these facts don't exist. You could even pretend that you're different. And I couldn't help myself. I had to ask the question, does that mean that you're not human? You could be angry with the lawyer who flashed these statistics on the screen at you. You could be angry with your kids who keep asking you about how you're doing. You could be angry with the physical therapist who encourages you to be healthy and active. I have my own story about physical therapy. I had a knee injury years ago, and I had surgery on it, and when they took me out of the immobilizer and stuff, I couldn't even move my knee. Right? And I hated the physical therapist who made me move it. It hurt. Who made me do the exercises and got me on that rotten bicycle thing, right? And the Cybex machine that you have to lift up and down and all of that, and every bit of it hurt, right? And you notice today I have perfect function in my knee. So I'm grateful that the physical therapist made me do the things I didn't want to do. And because it hurt, the risk was I would sit down and do nothing. So, but I didn't have to. Right? I could have been disabled for the rest of my life. I could have paid no attention to what she and he told me. And that is a choice. I could have been angry with them. And you can be angry with your doctor who says the things that you don't like. You can do all those things. But that's probably not why you're here.